The phone rang once, then again. By the third ring, I knew it wasn't good news. People don't call the sheriff after midnight unless something's broken or someone's dead. When I reached the old Miller farmhouse, the door was already open. Wind moved through it like a whisper through guilt. Inside, the smell hit first. Metallic, sharp, wrong. Blood on the floorboards. One body, female, early 30s. Face pale as morning frost. I'd seen worse. Or maybe I'd just gotten used to pretending I had. Her name was Claire Dempsey. Local teacher, lived alone, kept to herself. But I knew her. Everyone in Mercy Creek did. She'd filed a missing persons report 3 months ago, on my father, the retired sheriff. I stood over her body, and for the first time in 20 years, the badge on my chest felt like it belonged to someone else. There was no sign of forced entry. Her phone was gone. But the house told stories anyway. Coffee cup half full, 2 chairs pulled out, one still warm. Whoever was here didn't rush. They knew her. I logged everything, called it in, then told my deputy to stay outside. I didn't need witnesses to the look on my face when I found the old case file on her kitchen counter, my father's handwriting across the top. Miller Farm, 1989. The original homicide. The one that made my father a legend. Except, he never told me the file went missing, or that Claire had found it. By dawn, I was sitting in my truck, staring at the sunrise bleeding over the wheat fields. Something about the light made me feel sick. It wasn't the crime, it was recognition. Someone had silenced her. Not to hide the murder, but the truth behind it. And I was standing in the middle of it, wearing his badge. People in town started avoiding my eyes when I walked in. The mayor canceled our weekly briefings. My deputy stopped asking questions. Everyone knew something, or pretended not to. I went through Claire's life piece by piece. Her laptop had a series of voice memos, not interviews, confessions. She'd been digging into my father's old arrests, and she'd found patterns. Witnesses that disappeared, files that never made it to court, evidence swapped out or burned by mistake. Each recording was quiet, nervous, until the last one. Sheriff Dempsey's son needs to know what his father really did, before someone else buries it. That was 2 nights before she died. I didn't sleep that week. Every creak in my house sounded like a confession. Every face looked like a lie. My father had always told me justice was about control, but the longer I stared at his old badge in my desk drawer, the more it looked like a weapon. I found the last piece in a forgotten evidence box at the station, a cassette tape labeled Barn Recording. Static at first, then voices. 2 men, my father and someone else. She saw too much. So what do? The same thing we always do. We protect the town. Then the sound of a gunshot. The date on the tape matched the night of the Miller Farm murders, the one that made my father a hero. He didn't solve it, he created it. The girl back then, the farmer, the drifter, all staged to build a story that kept the town safe. The evidence Claire found threatened that illusion, so they did what they always did. When I played it back a second time, I didn't cry. Didn't rage. I just sat there, listening to the truth hollowing out whatever was left of me. My father hadn't died a hero. He died unpunished. At the town council meeting, I waited until the mayor started his usual speech about community trust. Then I pressed play. The cassette echoed through the hall, my father's voice, calm, steady, damning. People froze. The mayor went white. My deputy's jaw locked. No one spoke. When it ended, I looked at them. The men who'd built their lives on a lie. You all wanted heroes. You got executioners. No threats, no handcuffs. Just silence so thick it felt holy. By morning, state investigators rolled in. Files reopened. Resignations followed. Mercy Creek's legend turned to rot overnight. I didn't testify. I just handed over everything and walked out. Sometimes justice doesn't look like revenge. It looks like a man refusing to lie anymore. The house is quiet now. No phone calls, no visitors. The badge sits on the table, polished, useless. They'll put my name on a plaque someday. Maybe call me the man who cleaned up Mercy Creek. They'll be wrong. I didn't clean anything. I just stopped pretending it was clean to begin with. Outside, the fields are golden under the sun, same as the night she died, same as every lie we buried out here. I used to believe law and mercy were the same thing. Now I know better. Justice was never about mercy. It was about memory.